What's up, everybody? We're back out here in the 9-finger wrenching garage. We're always working on something. We got our Mustang project, and we had another project that didn't get to show you a whole lot of. You saw us play with it on the water a little bit. But the Sea-Doo boat project. When you're trying to make all these videos, you end up with a lot of footage, and you need a lot of storage. You know, playing around with those issues can be complicated sometimes. I had all my Sea-Doo boat footage on a hard drive, and I dropped it. And I'm unable to recover the footage. It's a year's worth of work on this boat, basically, and it was over 20 hours of video. Oh man, it crushed me. I had to go through a grieving process to lose that much work. I got it hooked up to the car, and we're getting ready to head down to my buddy Eddie's house, his Ponderosa, and we're gonna go ahead and winterize the Sea-Doo boat. Thought we'd make a video out of it. While we're down there winterizing it, we'll go over some of the stuff we did on the boat that I didn't get to show you.
Luckily, I had a small amount of stuff that was actually on my phone, so I'm going to be able to share that with you.
So anyway, we're going to hop in the car and get down to Eddie's and get this taken care of. All right, we made it down here to Eddie's Ponderosa. Yes, Eddie's Ponderosa over here.
Das Ranch.
What's up, Eddie?
Das Ranch is devoid of Das Boot.
Das Boot, but he's got Das Beer.
Yeah, and Das Goats.
Yeah, there's goats running around here somewhere.
Yeah, they went back in the woods. They got sick of us.
Yeah. So we're getting ready to winterize this Sea-Doo boat project. So the Sea-Doo boat project, basically the top end of one of these motors got rebuilt, and the entire other motor got rebuilt.
So we get the other motor assembled, and we're down to the painting stage, and lo and behold, we find a crack. I've got an extra cylinder jug, but it's not bored right. My pistons are bored one over, so we're going to do a sleeve swap.
So I found out that you could heat these jugs up and change the sleeves out. The place I work, we got this commercial oven, and supposedly these sleeves just fall out at 400 degrees, so I got her set to just a little bit above 400. Got them up on a rack to where if they do just drop out, they should just drop out. We'll see how it goes. I got a little spot set up over here too, to where I can grab it and set it over here and take that wood and hammer and start tapping it if it doesn't just fall out. All right, I just got that sleeve out, no problem. Gonna do another one. All right, so this is the cracked jug with the sleeve that I want. So we've already got the sleeve out of the jug that's not cracked. Hopefully this one comes out just as easy. Now, while it's still hot, will it just slip back down in this one? This one I think be lined up good. Alright, so I think if I just let that cool, it should be good. That's a 9-finger wrenching right there. So I got one Sea-Doo motor built back together. I've got all my parts kind of laid out over here, and then I got my operating room basically ready to start trying to put this one back together. Got all my bolts cleaned up and ready. Swapped out a exhaust manifold, put in a new stator on one of them because there were some wires that like roasted, so we had to like run some new wires up here into the box. We put a new bilge pump in it, a couple new batteries. This particular set of engines, the oil system was blocked off, so there's still a rotary gear that has to run in an oil bath. So I took a oil tank out of another old ski that was in the backyard, and I kind of rigged up this little oil bath thing where I can just put oil in this tank and it'll keep both of the engines full. So check this out. You could sit there and go around it with a utility knife, or you can hit it with a hammer.
Actually, a ball peen hammer would be better for this job.
Look at that. How clever.
Yeah.
And then it's perfect.
And it's actually easier. This awning was busted. A tree had fallen on it. So I did did a repair on it with this new pipe here. See where I kind of riveted it together with another pipe, fixed that. Danita sewed up the seats. They had split, so she sewed up the seats and sewed the awning. It's got a little stereo in it. We replaced all the speaker wire with some outdoor wire that won't corrode because the wires had all corroded. Redid the wiring for the bilge pump. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of things done. Yo, Eddie, check out them motors. Look at that oil tank. Both motors are in, hooked up, and I've started both of them. They both run, so I'm trying to get the exhaust on. I got this one pretty much all the way on, but I need bolts. And this one I'm gonna need bolts. And got the pumps back on, but I gotta get the nozzles and all that stuff. And then gotta get the breathers back on the carburetors. And check out that oil tank. Look at that. So, man, I'm ready to go test this bad boy out. Let's see what it does. Heck yeah. There we go. All right, me and Benny Bob, we're out here on Horseshoe Lake trying out the Sea-Doo.
We had a couple of hiccups with the carburetor and it was cavitating pretty bad, so we had to go back to the drawing board.
Man, I am beat. I killed it last night. I started working on this boat at like 8 a.m. yesterday morning, and I worked until 11:30 last night, just nonstop. But I think I've got it ready. All right, I got everything kind of cleaned up. I took some purple power and stowed one of my wife's dish sponges and worked on kind of cleaning everything up. It still needs to be gone over with the buffer and some polishing compound. But I've got both the motors running good and they're idling at 3,000 RPMs out of the water. So that's good. Back here we got 2 new wear rings in both of the pumps. So we should have solved our cavitation problem.
They both had pretty good gaps around them, and these boats are finicky about cavitation.
Made some labels. I had worked on this with linseed oil and it was looking good, but I noticed that it's already kind of needing another dose. I'll have to hook it up with another dose there. But yeah, the little boat, man, it was a fun little project. I hate I lost all the footage and didn't get to really share all of the joy with you. But anyway. All right, so this is Sea-Doo Test 2.0. That's what this is, because we've already tested. We thought we were good, but then we weren't. So we put new wear rings in. We worked on the carburetors again. So we're about to do our first hit. All right, you ready?
Along the way, me and Danita learned to enjoy the boat. It offered a different experience and opportunity to kind of chill on the lake. We was kicking back across the water, headed back to the dock, and then the straps on our awning broke.
Our strap broke.
So there's something else to fix. We figured out how to have fun with the little boat and took it to Pickwick Lake a few times.
The boat's doing well. So far, so good. About to go check out this waterfall. Go for it. Good Lord. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jack Dance got a history. There's a party downtown near 5th Street. Everybody at the bar getting tips. Everybody at the bar getting tips. Everybody at the bar getting tips. I've been boozing since I left. I ain't changing for a check. Tell my mom I ain't forget. Oh, did I get a hug on camera? We gon' do this shit again. Tell your girl to bring a friend. Oh yeah. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Man, we off out in the in the lake on the Sea-Doo. Where's Danita?
It's lovely.
It is lovely, isn't it? This is her triathlon training. I'm making her go and fetch trash out of the water. I'm like, here, go get that. Now go get that one. She's doing good though. She's not getting any water in her beer. So she's a pro. There you go. Just put her in that trash bag there, honey. You got to, yeah. You're doing so good. Well, honey.
Yeah.
Are you glad we came to the lake today?
Absolutely. This is exactly what I needed today.
Little lake therapy.
Little lake therapy. Some R&R, just floating.
Little float therapy.
Some hat.
You sure are.
I'm needy.
You sure are awful needy.
Well, I just jumped in. I didn't want to lose that all.
So you're needing something else? You ought to go. It's like, please hand me my drink.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're needing what?
My hat and sunglasses.
Hat and sunglasses.
I think they're right next to you.
All right, there's sunglasses.
The sun's coming out.
And hat.
There we go. Much better. Yeah.
You're all fixed up. Get wet. Well, say no more. I know I can take it from there. These are our anchor neighbors over here swimming by. This puppy dog is loving this. That was good. I'm glad you didn't fly the boat. You did a good job.
The phone was more important.
Happy Labor Day, everyone. Me, James, and Ben are going to head to Pickwick Lake to go play with the Sea-Doo boat. Ben's been in the boat, but it was on the first test and it didn't work right. James hadn't been in the boat, so here we go. We're gonna go have some fun today. Ben's whooping up some bologna sandwiches. J-Dub, what you doing, J-Dub?
I'll make myself a sandwich.
We're sitting here at the waterfall. Happy Labor Day. We're over here at Goat Island. It's a little island everybody stops at, and there's a bunch of goats that live up in here. And everybody stops and feeds them, hangs out with the goats. They're beached.
Get back in action on the ski. You know what I want to see you do is get into a more modern four-stroke ski, more reliable ski.
Check out the ominous black building up there. That's got a neat story. So in 1989, that was going to be a booster rocket plant for NASA, taking over property at the abandoned Yellow Creek nuclear facility that TVA never did finish. So you've got a defunct rocket plant on the site of a defunct nuclear plant. And for good measure, you got Northrop Grumman and General Atomics. And all this cool stuff is right there by the lake on the backside of that waterfall we like to play in. It's pretty wild when you find out the history of the land around you. You just never know what's looming over that next hill.
You gonna film me too?
I'm filming.
Now! Ain't filming?
I'm already filming.
We're out here in Pickwick, and man, this water's so choppy. This little boat just beats the crap out of you. All right, y'all ready? Hold on.
Okay. I'll go.
We're winterizing today. I brought my whittle clamps, and my whittle clamp was too whittle, so Eddie had a big clamp to throw in there, so we got to clamp off that line. So we're undoing that line, and we're going to hook up a hose here, and we're going to go put some pink antifreeze, RV antifreeze in there. There's our bucket and the pump, and all of our pink juice. I've got a little bit of stable to dump in the fuel, and then we got some fogging oil we'll be fogging the engine with before we put it up.
We had lots of fun this summer with the little boat, but it's time to get her put away for a nice little winter nap.
Ow! Ah! Ah! Give Ed a microphone. I'm trying to be fancy and get better audio for y'all. And he just pinched his own nipple with it.
I don't know that I liked it that much.
All right, so winterization project. We've got a bucket. What's in the bucket, Eddie?
That's already 4 gallons of the RV and marine coolant, or antifreeze, or whatever. So, because this thing kind of sucks it out at a pretty good rate, so we just put this in there to keep it sucking. So, normally I would use that. That's also a 5-gallon canister, but for this project that we're doing for our jet skis, this little setup here works better.
And then we got a little pump
that's going to pump it in at a pretty decent rate. I forget what the flow rate is on that, but
so we won't turn that on until I get the motor cranked and it's running, because you never want to be pumping water if you're doing a hose flush or any of that kind of stuff. You always want to make sure your motor's running, because if you just turn the hose on without the motor running, it will backfill the exhaust and fill up the cylinders, and then you've got a whole nother world of fun ahead of you.
Pinch off this hose here. That's the incoming hose, because the last thing you want to have is the water coming in, or the RV, the coolant coming in, and then just going right back out through the back of the boat and never hitting all the essential parts of the engine. So you want to block this off and force that coolant through all the vanes, the water jackets, everything up into the exhaust and up into the outward part of the exhaust until it starts pumping out the back. That way you know you got it.
That's what we want to see. We want to see the RV stuff coming out the exhaust, not the jet pump. Yeah, let's go see if we can get one of these babies cranked up.
Yeah, this is the easy part. You just fire it up, you just send it in there, and I just look out the back until it starts coming through, and we're done.
Eddie's plugging her
Here it
in.
comes. Look at that. Look at that thing coming through.
We got pink juice.
Yeah, we already got it.
Already got it?
It's already pumping out the back.
Here you go.
There it is.
Really ain't that much to it, especially when you got the little rig like Ed's got with that pump, man. That shot that water through there.
Oh my God, it was there within a couple, not even a couple seconds, like within about 2.
Yeah, Ed's 2 second, man.
2 second Willie.
2 seconds and he was shooting. Just didn't take long.
Shooting blanks.
So the reason you have your Sea-Doo buddies, you come over and start projects, and look, he's just doing it. I mean, I don't.
Somehow I was telling myself before you got here, I'm going to let you do all the work. I'm just going to sit there and watch with a beer in hand. And I'm doing it with a beer in hand.
Yeah, you even made me take a beer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I roll, though. All right.
Yeah, that's the problem with me helping. Once I get a beer, I'm done. I can go ahead and start taking breathers off while you're
still dumping coolant out the back.
We're doing
that's
that.
How much we got. We force fed that thing quite heavily. So the only thing left you got here is fogging, right?
Yep, I'm gonna fogger.
Fogger, then flogger.
I'm gonna go ahead and pop the covers off, the little breather covers. I just got through going ahead and taking the breathers off of each engine. This is the one that we've already done the fluid in. This motor right here. Yep. So we're gonna go ahead and start it back up, and I'm gonna let Eddie spray some fogging oil in each one of the carburetors there. And then once we do that, we'll button the breather back up. We'll squirt some fogging oil in the each cylinder, and then this motor will basically be
just make sure it's fogging oil, not like starting fluid.
yeah, it's not starting fluid. Yeah, clean all that oil off those cylinder walls. All right, let's try to see if we can, maybe I can get it started. Well, crap.
Oh, hang on. Would have helped if I would have put the plugs back on.
That explains. I was like, man, it sure is not giving me fire at all.
Yeah, it might burn a little rich. Just as you described it.
Yeah, you spray it in there till it kind of kills it.
So now you want to pull the plugs. You said,
Yeah,
right?
we'll just pull those plugs back out and we'll do a little spritz in each cylinder. And then that motor will be officially winterized. And then we just got to do it one more time.
Good spritz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jack. He's working on the boat with me.
All right, I'm going to get this one started up.
All right, let me get in gear here. Hang on.
Oh, we should have gone ahead and fogged it while it was running.
But after this, we'll be ready to
Just give it a little squirt, Ed.
ready to rock it.
Heck yeah.
So
Ready for a little winter time now. All right, so the last thing I want to do is put some stable fuel stabilizer in the gas tank. I'm going to call it half a tank, and I think this is a 20-gallon tank, so I need to put 4 ounces in there.
I got another lock here someplace. Where?
All right. We should be stable now for wintertime. Whenever you pick it up with the tractor, just kind of wiggle it back and forth a little bit.
Give it a good, like mouthwash.
Swish it,
Yeah.
swish a little. Good old country living. Where you can go out in your backyard and shoot your gun. You enjoy your winter, little Sea-Doo. Man, thanks for the help, Eddie.
Ah, no problem, no problem.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem.
No problem. All right, well, there it is, the Sea-Doo. The Sea-Doo project y'all never got to see, but there it is. Anyway, on to the next adventure. We'll catch y'all later. Peace.